Well, hey, everybody. Good evening. I'm here a couple minutes early so we can let all the platforms. Hi. We want to let all the platforms know that we're here. So I'm here just about a minute early. Well, hey, everybody. Good evening. I'm here a couple minutes early. There we go. No need to be repeating, right? No need to hear ourselves twice. We'll let Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram let all the people know that we are here. We're here. I don't know if I'm super fond of that background, so let's see what's going on with the virtual background. I don't mind that so much. That's not the one I want to adjust. I want to adjust the other one. Ooh, layouts. There we go. I want to adjust that one. I don't really like that. Okay. Well, hey, Ward. Hey, Ray. Now that you're back from your trip, how you doing? I'm trying to get these links so I can make sure that they're in the links I'm looking for are in the comments. When I mention these videos, I want them to be in the comments. Well, come on in the room. Let's see what's going on in the market. You survived. Yes. Enjoy all the minutes you have with your mom. They go by far too fast, and you want to make sure that when it's all over, you will have done what needed to be done. This coming week, you go on a cruise. Oh my, off to a cruise. Where are you cruising to? I want to go on another one. We went with my family in, I guess it was August. Yeah, I went with my family in August. I'd like to go again. I think I want to go on a boat besides Carnival this time, though. Not that Carnival was bad. It's just I want to go to another boat. First, we're going to Bucky's. Oh, my. You're doing the Bucky's in Daytona? The Bucky's in Daytona. When we go, I live in Jacksonville. So when we go down to Brevard County, which is like Central Florida, we pass two Bucky's actually. And my husband always wants to stop, and I'm like, no, because when we stop at Bucky's, it's an investment. But you need to go there and enjoy, see the sights. I recommend the I recommend the cinnamon rolls, or their whole bakery area is great. I recommend the brisket sandwiches. They actually have a sandwich called the 3 meat sandwich. It's the brisket, turkey, and sausage all on one sandwich. I recommend that. Of course, they've got a bunch of different types of jerky. I'm not a fan of jerky, so I won't recommend that. My husband likes it though. I won't go with the jerky. And there's all kinds of other stuff to buy when you go to Bucky's. And then you can buy gas because they sell gas too, even though that's kind of the last thing you think about there is like, oh yeah, and while we're here, we might as well buy gas. You're going to the Royal Caribbean. Okay, Royal Caribbean you're going to the Caribbean, Cozumel. That'll be fun. Enjoy. I think you'll have a great time. You'll enjoy Bucky's. I think you got to go there at least once to see how that goes as well. Got to go at least once. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, y'all might be excited. I went today to talk to another company about upgrading my internet. I'm going to go to fiber. And if there's a problem with doing fiber, y'all please let me know. But we're going to go to fiber. And they are saying that the upload and download speeds are going to be much faster than I have now. So that should help with the uploading. And the downloading piece is okay. It's the upload, because when you're uploading, you're streaming live and that kind of thing, the upload speed has to keep up, and many times it don't keep up. So Ray says I've never had the beaver nuggets. I've literally never had them. So I gotta go. I gotta try them next time we go. I will get some. And people are always talking about them, but I've never tried them. Okay, this one is Royal Caribbean. All right, beaver nuggets. Oh yes. All righty. Let me turn on the fan before I get too hot, and then have to turn it on anyway. So I hope y'all are doing okay. Hope y'all are doing all right. I'm trying to let me get Thinkorswim started at least, so that way it can be taking its time while we're getting ourselves up and running. I'm feeling like I'm not enjoying this background thing really yet. I decided to try it to see if it was okay, but I can't say I'm loving it yet. All right. Oh, you got a big bag to buy goodies. Enjoy. You take all your goodies with you on the cruise ship because now cruise ships let you bring snacks. They used to not do that. Now you can bring snacks. You can bring beverages on the cruise ships now too. You can bring I think a 12 pack of soda, and I think you might be able to bring like a bottle of wine. You can't bring alcohol because that's where they make their money, but you can bring soft drinks, and you can bring like for me, I was able to bring my protein shakes. So that was fun. And you can bring a bottle of wine, like I said. All right. What's the name is still starting up. Let's go look at how things are up and running. Are we sharing? I'm not sharing. I don't think I am. Why does it say remove? But that's not even there. Why does it show like I'm sharing that and I'm not? That was weird. Maybe y'all can see something I can't see. Because have y'all been looking at me all this time, or was there something else on the screen? Let me go to where I can see. I'd like to be able to know if what the Twitter feed looks like. But up until recently, I've not been able to see up until now, not recently. Now, I don't know what that Twitter feed looks like when I'm live. Oh, it says I'm live. Join. Yes. Okay. I've not been able to see up until now. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking the background. It's making my hair look weird, and yeah, I'm not liking that. So I'm gonna go fix it because I don't like it. So I'm gonna fix it. Not that one. Virtual background, we'll go with none. Because I think even if I blur it, it still does its thing. So there we go. We're here. We're here. Fix that. Yeah, we'll take your Dr. Pepper for sure. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Miss Deborah. No luggage rules, not like the planes. Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. It'll be wonderful. All righty. Good to see you, Miss Deborah. Glad you could come join us. Let's go look at last week. Let's go look at last week. Share screen. Here we go. Screen 2. Well, this is the weekly chart for SPX. Remember, last week was FOMC week. We found out that the rate cut was coming. Well, we already knew there was going to be a rate cut. What we found out was how much of a rate cut last week. We already knew there was going to be a cut. And the rate cut was 50 basis points or 0.5 in the interest rate. And the market seemed to be okay with that because it took off like it normally does and kept on going. But Thursday and Friday, even though it moved pretty steady, let me go to the daily. That way you can see how the days went. We just saw this was Wednesday. Sorry, so maybe it didn't just run wild. This was Wednesday, but it didn't really drop significantly here. This is, it just, did kind of quote unquote a normal drop. I call it normal. That candle's really no bigger than any other candle that's there. And then Thursday morning, though, it gapped up. It did have a gap up and ran up to the 57s, 57.33 around that area. And then it pulled back and closed around 57.13. And then Friday, it hung out in that same zone. All right. So Friday had a long wick. So we did have a little downwards action, but it closed right up here as a doji, or some would say a hammer, even though there's a wick at the top. But this is what the week looked like individually. This is what the week looked like for the FOMC. This was Wednesday. So we had our announcement. Price fell a little bit. Then Thursday, it popped up and said, we're just going to hang out up here for a minute, right? We're just going to hang out. Hey, Ms. Marcia. So that's what the week looked like day by day. So the week overall, though, turned out green. Time frame continuity to the upside. We turned out green. And y'all already know we're still on an upwards ride. If we look at the trend, we're still upwardly trending. We are doing the normal, go up and pull back and go up some more. That's what stocks do, right? And nothing ever goes up straight forever. Just like here, we'll go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up. Basically, you got to go get strength. Pull back, go up. We got to get strength. So that's what happened in SPX last week. S&P 500 last week. SPY will look the same. Let's go look at IWM. IWM is kind of, this is the weekly chart. So it's kind of, consolidating, if you want to call that, or hanging in a zone. It's not really consolidating. Maybe I would call it just hanging out in the zone. It's in the zone. All right. This is what it was last week. And if we look at it on the daily chart, this is IWM, small cap. This is what small cap is doing. It was making some moves there for a minute. Pulled back, filled the gap, left the gap here, but came back and got it. Of course, why do I get on this call? And all of a sudden it's time to start yawning. What are we doing? I did get up very early this morning, though. I woke up about 4 this morning and could not go back to sleep. So guess who will be going to bed early tonight? Because I'm gonna be sleepy. I gotta go teach in the morning. This is IWM. Let me go ahead and put some stuff on here now that I'm here. The close of this to the open of that one is left a gap behind, right? The close of this one to the open of that one. Actually, this gap is filled. It was filled by the price action, the subsequent price action. So that one is not a gap. This one here, though, is a gap from the, what's this? What am I on? I'm on the daily. It must have jumped a bit, because why are we looking at this? It says Monday. This comes down just a little bit because this gap got filled down to here. So that gap is still there. Oh, there we go. I was like, where is, there's got to be some more stuff here. And there it is. We had a gap up on Thursday in IWM, just like in the S&P. And look, got all kinds of lines here. Okay, I'm leaving them there for now because I'm sure I'll be using them, but I'll move them around. This gap close here to the open up here, which would have been the top of that candle. All of this subsequent price action lets us know that this is the amount that is still left for the gap. That's the gap fill that is required to be filled, right? This is a buyer's gap. So there's buyers hanging out in there waiting to be picked up. Don't forget me. Come back and get me. This is IWM we're looking at. So the gap fill here, another buyer's gap is there. And let's clone it again. I'm on TradingView looking at the clone. This also is a gap fill in the between 212-ish and 214, between 211 and 214. This gap here was filled in, okay? So we got some gaps. IWM has left some gaps behind. This is what it looks like. But it's had a nice green week. If we look at what the week looked like on IWM, it was a nice little green week, right? A lot of price action. It went up as high as 224 and as low as 216. It's about an 8-point candle, range of about 8 points last week. This gap was filled. This gap's been filled by that. This gap's been filled by that. This gap is filled with that. We can take this one off. This one can come off too. Sometimes, I said this yesterday to our community when we were doing a training. I said, sometimes when you're wondering why is price just going and looking like it's going, all willy-nilly, it's because it's going after a gap. Price could be saying, yep, I know there's a gap down there and I'm going to get it. And then it goes to get that gap. That's what happens. Okay, that's IWM. Let's look at DIA. Let's look at DIA here. There's a little one here. That don't mean to be, the gaps is what is grabbing my attention. That's not necessarily what I came to these for. I didn't come to find the gaps. I came to look at the chart and what happened last week. This is the weekly chart Again, looking for our support, resistance. We got some support down here at 386. Got some more. Oh, that can stay there. Up here in the 406 area. Can do that. This is a weekly chart again. This is what it did last week. Had a green week like the other indices had. And if we're looking at the daily, this chart looks almost like the other ones look. That basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, gap up, Thursday, Friday, doji-ish. Right now, at least the Dow Jones had a green Friday. I think SPX had a red Friday. So, well, was it green? Oh, it might have been green. Let me make sure I'm not misquoting. Yep, it was red. So these were opposite. The green and red were Thursday and Friday in the SPX, but in DIA, they were red and green. Right? That's what happened last week. Hey, Janae. That's how things went last week in those stocks. Right? Do we want to take a look at any of our big boys? Why, sure we do. Let's go see what NVIDIA did for the week. Right? Kind of hung around in a zone for the week. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It left a little gap here, but then this price action on Thursday closed it up. This gap, all these are closed, closed, closed. This gap is closed by that. There's a little bit of one up here, though. A little bit of a gap up here, though. All of this is a gap. Price action has not filled that in. The reason I'm highlighting the gaps too is because price will try to go get it. Nature abhors a vacuum. Price will try to go get those gaps filled if it can, and it can, right? So price time frame continuity for NVIDIA though is to the downside. Day, week, month, quarter, all that is red at this point. What do we want to look at next? Apple. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. Apple on the daily chart. Left a little bit of a room here. This one hadn't been filled from back here. This one's full. Okay. There's one there as well. Apple's kind of look like it's going back and forth between that broadening formation that was written, that was drawn, broadening formation, swing high, swing low, and it's charging toward the other side of that broadening formation. Went up here, touch, came down here, touch actually 2 or 3 times, and went off of there going towards the next one. Is there more upside for Apple? I'd say there is some. When it comes, I don't know. Maybe it pulls back a little bit and then goes. Y'all know how stocks move, right? That's how stocks move. SMCI seemed to be getting a good little bit of attention last week, but it just, Semis, I think, is waiting on SMCI to lead the charge between them and NVIDIA, but they're looking like NVIDIA too. Not doing so great. Not doing so great. I just was hearing SMCI mentioned so many times last week and was like, what are they doing? Why are they being mentioned so much? So suchy muchy. Why are they being mentioned so suchy muchy? Putting on some supports as I talk about it. Supports and resistance as I discuss it. There's a gap up here that still needs to be filled in the sixes. Between 632 and 670. Oh, that's a big old gap that needs to be filled. And hopefully, at some point in the future, it will get filled. Little bitty gap there that is waiting to be filled. Okay, let's go look at what we have for the calendar next week. Our calendar next week, we have FOMC member Bostic will speak on Monday morning at 8 o'clock before market opens. Flash manufacturing PMI, 9:45 on Monday. That's going to be after the markets open and it's red folder. So keep that in mind. Don't be maybe jumping in at 9:30, which I always tell my folks, don't jump right in at 9:30 anyhow. Don't be jumping in there at 9:30 anyhow, unless you got a scalping plan. But as sellers, that's generally not how we rock, right? Anyway, Flash Manufacturing PMI is 9:45 on Monday. FOMC member Goolsbee and Kashkari will speak at 10:15 and 1 o'clock respectively. Tuesday, we have S&P CS Composite HPI year over year. It's an orange folder at 9. Bowman will speak at 9. HPI month over month also at 9. 10 o'clock, we have CB Consumer Confidence. That's a red folder. Market is open just in time for the 10 o'clock turnaround on Tuesday. Okay, just in time for that. Wednesday, new home sales, crude oil inventories, which the crude oil inventories really should be a red folder, but we'll leave it orange. Just know it does cause a little bit of volatility. 10 o'clock and 10:30. 4 o'clock, markets closed, but Kugler will be speaking. Thursday, final GDP, unemployment claims. 8:30 in the morning before the market opens. Core durable goods, 8:30, durable goods orders, GDP price index, all at 8:30. 9:10, we've got some FOMC members speaking. 9:15, they must have a meeting. And then at 9:20, Powell will speak. So he will be speaking, or I guess, right when the market opens. Let's see what he's going to be. Well, who's he talking about? Due to deliver pre-recorded opening remarks at the U.S. Treasury Market Conference in New York. All right, so we care because anytime he speaks, he's like E.F. Hutton. Anytime he speaks, people listen. Hopefully they listen. 9:25, FOMC member Williams will speak. 10 o'clock, we got pending home sales. Barr will speak. Cook will speak 10:30. Treasury Secretary Yellen speaks at 11:15. This whole day, I think you should be mindful. Thursday, there's a whole lot of FOMC members conversations here, and if anything gets said, it could possibly do, I feel like though, even though their speeches are like pre-written and all those good things, I feel like even though things may happen, the market's going to do what it's going to do regardless. I don't think the market does what it's going to do just because of this. It's like things are already put in place and then they do them. And then somebody comes and attributes those things to somebody speaking or that, whatever. But just know Thursday, there's probably going to be a lot of volatility because all these FOMC members speaking is whether they're red folders or not, is going to cause some volatility. Okay. And then Friday, we've got core PCE price index at 8:30 before the market opens. Personal income, personal spending, wholesale inventories, University of Michigan stuff is here, and Bowman speaks at 1:15. All right. That is what is coming next week. Thursday seems to be the big day for next week, right? Excuse me, you all. Okay, our earnings for the week. Not a lot. We must be winding down our earnings season. AAR and Red Cat are Monday after close. AutoZone is Tuesday before open. Thor, KB Homes, Progress, and Stitch Fix are Tuesday after close. Centis, the uniform people, is Wednesday morning. Micron or MU is probably one of the 2 or 3 anticipated. Micron for the semis is Wednesday after market closes. Concentrix, Jeffries, HB Fuller, and Worthington Steel. That one might be anticipated a little bit. Micron for sure, though. On Thursday morning, Accenture, iSpire, TD Synex, CarMax, maybe another one that's anticipated. Jabil, R3E, and SHL. All of that is Thursday morning. Costco, probably anticipated. Costco wholesale is going to be Thursday at after close. BlackBerry, Vail Resorts, and Scholastic. Do y'all know if they still do those Scholastic books in the schools? Do y'all know if they still do those? Where you would get the little book and your mom would order the books for you, and then you come to school and you turn in your paper and wait forever for Scholastic to send your stuff back. Y'all remember that? Wait forever for Scholastic to send you your books, and then you you overpaid for a few books because you wanted to have one because other people was getting them. My mom always bought books, which was good. I was one of the few people when I was young that my mama paid for that whole set of Encyclopedia Britannica. You know how they used to come to your door and sell those encyclopedias to you? I was one of the few people who had like a set of encyclopedia. It was good on some fronts, but sometimes tell you what my mama would do. If I got in trouble, my mother would go give me some topic I needed to go research in the encyclopedia. So that was my punishment, was to go do research in the encyclopedia. So not necessarily all that great per se, right? But that's what would happen. That's how that would go. All right. That's the earnings for the week. Let's look at what we did. Ward said, I'm old enough to remember my weekly reader. Oh, yeah. Scholastic and the other little book that we would open. What was that little book? Oh, man, I can see it just as clear as day. It had puzzles and stuff in it. Oh, I can see that book. It wasn't called Highlights. It was called something like that, though. I remember that book. A Knowledge Punishment. Oh, yeah, my mother was cool with that, was definitely that. Now, listen, I got some beatings, too. Don't even get me wrong. I would get beatings, too. But I would get put on knowledge punishment. Go and she would pick a topic and have me go research. Like, okay, all right. If you say so. If you say so. I don't know if I can. Ooh. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Pushing buttons. Scholastic Book Club is still around. Still around. Okay. This was our oh shoot, now that's got me thinking. Anyway, I gotta focus. This was our results from last week. We had 20 of 26 profitable trades, right? 20 of 26 profitable trades. 81% win rate was last week. You see, almost all the put credit spreads made it. No problems, none at all, right? On the call credit spread side, though, because last week was bullish for almost everybody, the call credit spread side had a couple of casualties. Chevron was breached, XLE or Energy, which those are in the same, and so was Exxon. Those are all in the same space. They were all breached. Dow was good, and Merck was good last week, but the other three, all in the energy space, not so much. The Iron Condor also was fine. Look at their triple Q. The price fell right in the middle. I want to say the price was like 470 something, but it was right in between there for our Iron Condor last week. Yay! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. 81% win rate last week. Yes. Highlights. I think Highlights was the name, Janae. I really think it was. I really do. Okay, so this week, though, we don't have as much to contend with this week. Not as much this week. We got AbbVie, Cisco, DIA, Guild, and Gold. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Microsoft, Triple Q, SPY, TLT, Walmart, XLF, XLI, all on the put credit spread side. Call credit spread side. Chevron is over here again. Chevron is still showing bearish. Google is here. Merck is here. XLE and XOP. I'm not sure what XOP is, but all those are showing up still on the call credit spread side. So, okay. Hey, Phaeton. All right. So look at the list and see what you want us to go over. Phaeton, I want to hear how your trading's been going. Have you been making some money in the mornings? Are you still working with your momentum trading? Let's look at some. Y'all look at the list and see which ones you want us to look at. What do you want us to look at? Do we have any things? Okay, I see SPY is on the list. Hey, Non-Kali, how you doing? How are you doing? Shoot, I cannot believe I did that. I pushed a button and got something I didn't want. I'm waiting for you all to put some links in the chat. Even know what that even means. Oh la la. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. Okay. What do we get? I see SPY. I see triple Q. Peyton said 88% success rate, but want more trades for consistency. Yeah, I mean, you got to be mindful of the fact that you're in school and, you know, you don't want to do too much. What you can do, Peyton, is if your success, what you can do is if things are going well and you're starting to really see the momentum, then put on more size. So if you've been doing maybe one contract or two contract or three contracts or whatever, if you're doing, I'm not sure if you're doing contracts or shares, but if you're doing whichever, then up the size a little bit. Of course, you can't up the size except for where your money will take you. But that's one way. If you know you don't necessarily need more trades, you just may need to put bigger size on the trades you're already doing. If what you're doing is working 88% success rate, this is good. Just put on more size. Okay. Microsoft XLF, triple Q IWM. Okay, I got some things on here. We will look over and see what we see. Now, triple Q. Oh my. I'm gonna have to go over to this other screen because triple Q, we charted triple Q on our charting challenge yesterday. We were having our training and we charted triple Q for the week yesterday. So there's a whole lot of lines on that chart over there. There's a whole lot of lines on the chart over there. So I'm gonna move us over here so that way we won't have as many things. Okay, opening range high, pre-market high. We also learned in our charting challenge training earlier this week about utilizing the 6-line strategy to day trade. If you want to do that on triple Q or SPY or whatever, or whichever stock. Honestly, you could do it on any of them that you wanted to. We learned that, so that's where those things were over here. All right. Peyton says, I do shares, but I did double halfway into last week and it went well. Yeah, that's what you do, Peyton. If you find what you like and it's working for you, just put on more shares. Okay? As long as you go as far as your money will take you, and then it'll grow. It'll keep growing. Don't try to rush it, okay? The market ain't going nowhere. Don't try to rush it. This is triple Q. This is the daily chart we're looking at. Okay, this is the daily chart we're looking at here on triple Q. Okay, I'm just leaving the part of the gap that still remains. Let's put us on some supports. I'm going to change my color on the line so we can see it, because I'm not sure if y'all can see those, that green. Here we go. I want to make it red and then make it a little bit bigger. Here we go. That should be easier to see. That is our one support. We will also have support at the top of this gap. As you saw that went right there and turned back. There's some resistance up here. Remember, resistance and support are a zone. They're not a hard line. It's a zone. So even though I'm putting lines on here, the line is an area. It's not just a hard line. Okay. I feel like there's something I want to see in here. Yep, right in here. I knew there was something in this pivot area that needed to be identified. And there it is. Anytime you see price stop and pew, then that's the support and resistance areas. There's something in here too. We can see all these stop. All of these let you know that there's something in there too. Okay. Anytime you're not sure where you see support and resistance, change it to a line chart and that'll help you out. That will help you out. Okay. This is triple Q. So what do we see? More upwards movement, more downwards movement. I'm feeling like it might want to go up a little bit more. Triple Q is not at all-time highs, unlike its counterpart. The counterpart is at all-time highs. Triple Q is not. Swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high. That's what we got going there. I want to change the color of that broadening formation. Get in formation. That's what Beyonce used to say, didn't she? Didn't that song, Beyonce song say, get in formation? either way, there may be some more room for Triple Q to go. Now, this from Friday was a doji. It's got a long wick on the bottom, which could signify a little more upwards movement, but it may fill this gap before it does that. Don't know. Okay. I am not did my camera stop? Yes, it did. Where's my camera? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Let me switch over to the other one. See if we can get it back running. Camera just paused. Okay, change back. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm back. I'm not sure, y'all probably could still hear me anyway. But anyway, Friday's candle was like had long wick, right? But it's definitely a doji. It literally opened and closed at the same spot, which in my opinion, as I always say, I feel like that's manipulation because what's going to start and stop at the exact same place, right? The open and close were literally 19 cents apart. Opened at 482.49, closed at 482.44, so 5 cents apart. Yeah. How did that happen? How does that happen? Okay. There's that. So I feel like we're going to have maybe a little bit more upward movement. Not, you know, I don't give any financial advice, not saying that, but it does have a broadening formation up here. But I feel like this gap is probably going to want to be filled first. To the open, close to the open. I feel like there's something in here too. All right. That's what we're gonna do a triple Q. If we wanted some, let me see if I got if what's his name is open. I think it should be. Triple Q was on our list as a put credit spread because it is bullish. So you're gonna want to follow. Trying to get oh, it's already open. Come on back up here so we can see. There we go. Trade. Let's look at triple Q. Yep. We're already there. Let me make it bigger so everybody can see. Okay, we're looking for Friday. That was for Friday's expiration that we were looking for. Put credit spread. Did I do 472, 473? Is that what I said? Let me see. I feel like that's what I would have said, but let me make sure that what I did say. Triple Q, 477, 478. Wonder why this is looking like this on here. You know what? I think I looked at Monday, not Friday. We need to update so I can make sure we got the right numbers on here. So for next Friday, we would go with 473, somewhere in here, 472, 473. All right. 472, 473 for if you're going to go with next Friday. Let me put that on here. PCS 472, 473. Okay. Not investment advice. Just saying that may be something you can work with. 470s is the 2 and 3 is actually we're right in here. Right in this area is where 472 and 473 is. Below the gap, below this support, Yeah, all the things. Below all the things. Yes. Okay. There's that. Next on our list was okay, I see SPY is next. Got some support at, come back here. Here we go. Support round. These are, okay, there's a way to make these numbers bigger. We're going to do that. We're going to try at least to make the numbers bigger. Text. Let's see if this works. Ah, look at there. Bam, bam. You go, girl. All righty. So we've got support at the 563 area for SPY. Let me turn. I got a thing on here that is in the way. You in the way. The pivots I do want, smart money I want on that, and the EMAs can stay on. Okay. Resistance up here at the top of this area, 572. Going to show some resistance, and some more support is going to be down here in the 561 area. There's a few. You said this little zone here, it's got pretty good resistance here, and now it will be support, right? It's going to boom and maybe give that some more. SPY is on the bullish list as well, and I think I also looked for Monday for SPY, so I mean we have to go look at it to make sure that we got the right strike price. Okay, let's go look. See on SPY on the 27th. Y'all think SPY's got some more upwards? It wants to go maybe a little bit. Y'all think it's gonna pull back some? What are your thoughts on SPY? What do y'all think about SPY? Put me some things in the comments. Looking at 560, 561 in this area. Yep, 560 or 561 would be. I might have to change that to, because I know in here it says 564 and 565, and that will be a little close. PCS 560, 565. No, not 565. We don't go that wide. 561. And you could if you wanted to, but we don't generally go but one spread. You could do a 2, a 3, you can widen it, but make sure that you're clear on that sell leg first. So 560, 561 puts us up here. You want to be solid on the sell leg. That way you got supports here, and then you can go down lower. You can do 559, 558, something like that. But that 561, unless you're sure, you might not want to encroach any further on that. Okay. All righty. We got triple Q. We did SPY. Let's go look at Microsoft, which is next on our list. Microsoft is next on our list. Looking at the day. Let's go to the weekly first, because we haven't looked at it on a higher time frame. Got some support down here at 401. There's also support in the 419 area. And there's some support right up there where we are right about now. That was a break of structure. So right up in here, where it opened and ran on 430, is also on the list. But this is looking kind of up and downish. What do y'all think? It's looking kind of up and downish. It took a little pause here at 449. Microsoft is 427, 425, 427. So in here, just below this support right here. 425, 427.5. That's where we are there. Okay, put credit spread. Let me put that here. Okay, 425, 427.5. Okay. All righty. That's what we got on Microsoft. Let's go look at XLF, the finance people. Supposedly the finance is the area that's going to get a boost from this rate the rate cut, because now things that are, interest rate based and all those things, the banks are the ones who, benefit in this area. You see how they've been looking real bullish. Been looking real bullish here. Yeah. There we go, 44.2 and some change, that support. And there's some more support here. It's kind of up in the premium area. Could be some selling that happens up here like we saw, and we sold back. We're still on the weekly chart. Let me go to the daily. I don't think I went to Microsoft's daily chart. It stayed on the weekly, didn't I? This is what's looking like on XLF. I went up into the premium zone and pulled back, and it's went back up. It's went back up in there again to see what it can see. And it don't seem to be pushing much higher, but we do have some support that's underneath here. 45 is support there, so we got this one here at 44.2. Those are there. And what we have is 43.5, 44.5 on the graphic. 43.5, 44.5. Let's go see what kind of money that is. Go see what kind of money. This is XLF. I've found XLF don't generally do all that great in the premiums area, but let's see. 43.5, 44.5. That means I can go here and then change this to 43.5. Looks like it's paying $5. I'm not a fan of this right now. Maybe when the market opens and price comes down a little bit more towards it, this will, but $5 to leverage $95. No, don't do that. We want to get at least 10%. So if you can't get 10% off of a vertical trade, then we leave it. We leave it. Yepper, we leave it. Let's see what kind of comments we get. Hey, Deborah Moore. Hey, Royal Diadem, you been gone. Mad Libs was another one my mom used to buy that book too. Mad Libs, for sure. Okay, let's go look at IWM, see if we see some charting there. I looked at it earlier, but I don't know if I put much on the chart. I said there was a bunch of gaps on the other side, which there are here too. Lots of gaps, right? These gaps are actually that one's almost filled. Oh, come on. There we go. And this was a gap, and it's leaving this part still open. And we had a gap here, closed to open. There's a gap there. So there's several gaps on IWM, which I'm sure it will want to go fill. Let's put on some lines based on what we see here. The bottom of that gap. Yepper. Got some lines right in the middle. 215, 213. Looks like we've also come into some resistance right up here at 224. 222. Let's go look at the weekly chart and put it back on the candles. This is what IWM is looking at. Drop, touch. Went to the top, touch. There's no shoulder over here. This is just higher. So now we are in the lower highs. That's what we got going, and a bit of higher lows, depending on how you want to draw your trend lines. We could trend line this one, right? And we could trend line. I'm fighting the urge to sing my song, Janae. So just know I am utilizing my good discipline. I am disciplining myself because I really want to say it's a trend line. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this wouldn't be any fun if I was boring. Y'all be like, why we coming? Her boring. That ain't what we're here to be, right? Okay. So that's what I see on IWM, kind of coming in between here. Maybe a little bit of flag working But it's been kind of in this zone for a while. If you look back here, it's kind of been in this general area. And this is the weekly chart. It's been here in this, general area for several months. This is December, right? It did pop up a little bit, but this is just above 200 and below 224. It's kind of just hung out in there. I'll just hang out in there. IWM, though, I don't know. I see a put credit spread, but I also see where a call credit spread would be fine. So it could possibly do some iron condor action, which I trade iron condors on IWM every day anyway. Non-calling, you see me. You see me. There you see me. I as Janae says, I will wreck the hits. Listen, I will wreck a hit or two. That's what we do over here. That's what we do over here. All righty. So I covered everything there. Let me see what else on this list. I think I might want. Well, I don't know what guild is. GILD. Jamie, if you are listening, you can assist. You're up. Gilead Sciences. Oh, I knew that before. I knew that, Jamie. And listen, I already knew that one. Because every time I say guild, I would talk about Gilead and that show going under his eye. What was that show with the girls with the red dresses on? And the girl, anyway. What was the name of that show? Do y'all remember? Everybody wore those red dresses with the hat thing on, and they would talk to and they see each other. They would say under his eye. But they were from Gilead. The place was Gilead. Anyway, that's what this is. Gilead Sciences is here. This is still a gap that is not closed. It may want to go ahead and finish it off. This was a gap from close to open, which would have been here. We dragged this gap across. Some price action has closed it. So if you're looking at the screen, you can see this is the full gap that I have right here is the full gap. I'm gonna leave it there. And then, but what hasn't been filled yet is this top part going down to the price action right there. This darker part has not been filled. It's hard to see. Let me turn off I'm going to turn off Smart Money Moves so we can see the gap. This darker part up here is the part that hasn't been filled yet, right? So I'm going to put here gap fill, right? And price is marching right on into it. Chunk, chunk, chunk. So the gap fill starts at 84.97 and it ends at 87 and some change. Actually, that might not be a bad bullish trade to just ride on through the gap into the gap. Let's see, what does Gilead have as far as this plus minus number? 87 is the top of this gap. This will be, I'm feeling like put credit spread. Do we have like a cup thing going right here? Maybe that's one of the candlestick patterns. This is the cup. The handle. No handle yet. We just have the cup right now. Let me see. I'm trying to get GILD to see what is. Oh, it's a 1.8, right? We're going about you probably would go $4 or $5 because the top of the gap is 87. I said 87 and some change, and it's currently at 83.70. So if it's currently there and we want to go to the gap, and the gap at the top of 87.30, and it's currently down here 83 and some change, it's got several days to get through here, and that's only if it runs, straight. $2 will get us to 86, so partway there, and then another day it may pull back some because that's what they do some. But for the week we may be all right now. Yep, we might be all right for the week. What did I say was the strikes? I said 81.82. 81.82, and I picked that because 82 has a 79% probability out of the money. So vertical 81.82. Let's hope it's got a little bit of money. $13. That's not bad. That's more than the 10%. $13, and price may pull back a little bit to see what it does at the beginning, and you can maybe get a few more dollars. But I like that. Okay. I may need to do an alert that says wrong chart. Oh, I want to hear it anyway. I want an alert. Let me see what I got to go back to the main screen so I can see where do I want the alert. When Gilead steps into the gap, 84.91, we need to see what are we going to do. 84.91. I'm just going to put a alert here. Guild at or above 84. I'm going to say 92. I wanted to get into the gap. Mark at or above. Yeah, why are you acting like that's a problem? Price is not applicable. Cancel. Why not? Why is price not applicable? What are we doing? That price is not applicable. Okay, I want to be, once the price goes back up into this gap, create an alert. Maybe you can't alert on, you can alert on the sim. Why would it not want to tell me that, to give me that information that I need? Calls, entry into the gap, field at 87.30. If it heads on up, it's, got some momentum here, but we do see something else. Wait, let me go get it off of here. I see it on that chart. I don't see it on this one. There was a gap there. Let's go look again. Y'all see this gap right here between 9:11 and 9:12. I wonder if no, it still should show. I was gonna say over there, I don't show extended hours. But between the 11th and the 12th, oh, this is the weekly. This, turn to the daily chart, Arlissa. There we go. The daily chart. Here we go. The close of this candle to the open of that one. And then we can pull back off of the gap. Notice I already put this big gray part here is the gap as well. I've already put that there. And this little piece here hadn't been filled either. Even from back where it was, this little part here hadn't been filled. Put some supports on here. Some support in here. The gap is going to provide support. There's a resistance support right there, right in here. It did come up to the gap. It looked like it pulled back a little bit. So definitely you want to wait to make sure that it gets into the gap. If you're entering going long, if you're going long, you want to make sure that it is actually going into the gap. Okay. I don't know what that is, but we're going to help them out. Ward says, you were talking about SPY triple Q. Okay, so that's Gilead Sciences. Gilead Sciences. Okay, let's bring our list in here, see if we see anything else that jumps out at us. We look at triple Q SPY. Google now, I don't know if Tanya's here, but Google is now in the five spread. Google's now a 5 spread. I wanted to look at Merck. Let's look at the call credit spread one that we believe is going to have some more bearish situations. What is XOP? Oil and gas. They're showing bearish even though they keep breaching. They keep breaching the thingamajigger. Let's go look at Merck. Merck and Co. It's on the call credit spread list because it is showing bearish over the last. What is the amount of time we do for the weeks? I think it's like 32, 36 weeks we do. All right. There's a few smaller gaps in here as well. Nope, that's not right. That's not in the right place. I'll move it. Because it goes from the close of a candle, which is the bottom of there, the close to the open is where we have there. This one's been filled. This one has been filled. This one's been filled. We got support at 113, another support at 112, and another support at 110. It's a big old red candle that had to be earnings. It was. Ooh, this is Merck. They must have had something happen on their earnings. Okay, so we're also here looking, it's bearish. So resistance is 118.90 something, which is about where we are. There's another little resistance right in here at 117 and some change. What did I put up here for Merck for our 125, 126? And that's because when I looked at Merck, it has a whole lot more movement than one would anticipate. Okay, it's a little more than one would anticipate. Single. Why did I go that high? That's like 119. What was I looking at? 119 should really be the place. It's plus minus 2.7. So 119, 120. I got several of these to fix today. You know what? I might have left it from last week. I don't know if I updated that from last week. That may be what's wrong over there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go at 119, 120 because I will edit these. Yeah, I haven't published this to the world anyway. Y'all are the first ones to see it. Consider yourselves blessed. Call credit spread. 119, 120. Let's go see what kind of money. Let's go see the monies. The money. 119, 120. Paying $22. $22. Merck is paying for a one spread. That's good money. 22%. Of course, you can close it partway through. Keep the majority partway through the week. Yepper. Okay. Let me go back. Make sure we're all good. Are we all good? Last week, I published a video called 5 Quick Ways to Get More Money for Trading. If you haven't looked at it, you should go and watch the video. Okay, I actually have it here, the link, if it'll let me. I don't know, there we go. Y'all may not be able to see that link. It won't let me go grab it again. Let me see if I can go back to my YouTube channel and get it. That'll be easy enough. Okay, go and check out, watch the video, see what 5 quick ways you can make some more money. We're always looking for more money to trade with. More money for trading. I know I am. I be thinking about, what can I go and get I don't need, because I got stuff here. All of us do. It ain't just me. All of us got stuff at our place that we do not need. Right? We don't need it. You could be putting that money up, putting it on eBay or offer up or having a yard sale. My neighborhood had a yard sale yesterday and me and my husband missed it, but we're going to have one because we've got boatloads of stuff in the garage that need to be put out on a table. We're like, come and get it. Come and get it. My husband likes to keep stuff. I won't call him a hoarder. He is an accumulator, I say. He's an accumulator. So 5 quick ways to get more money. I just put the link in the chat. Let me see if I can go put it over on Instagram as well. I don't know if Twitter automatically transfers over the links when I show them. Do they always automatically let you all see the links? If not, I'm sorry, Twitter. I'll maybe start bringing Twitter up on my screen here so it can be running at the same time. All right. Oh, I've been on here an hour. Lord of mercy. So this is 5 quick ways that you can make more money for trading. I also put out a video called Supply and Demand versus Support and Resistance. They're not quite the same thing. So you need to go and check out the video to see these two things. One of these things is not like the other. They're not like us. That's what supply and demand is saying. They're not like us. They're not like us. So definitely go check out both these videos. I'm putting the links in the chat, in the little comments, so you can go and take a look at supply and demand versus support and resistance. Okay. All righty. There's those two. I think that might be the end. Oh, you know what? I put out yesterday, I had put out, y'all might have seen the calendar. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but I took the calendar and I also turned it into a little ebook. It's a calendar for 12 artisanal cookies that you can make. The recipe and all that stuff is there, and beautiful pictures are there. It's in the at my PayHip site, payhip.com/mail-insp. It's for $5, a $5 little ebook. I like to share the things that I do with y'all, not just the stuff, because I want you all to know that I am not just a one-trick pony. I've got several things that I'm into, and sometimes that's not always good because I'm easily distracted. I have to, but I have to do things that are non-math based so that I can work the creative side of my mind. Otherwise, I just have issues in my mind that I need to release some stuff. So I have to release my creative side as well. So if you want to go over there, y'all check it out. Payhip.com/MELINSP. Okay. Our membership's open. Always open. We have our morning calls each day. We're still in the middle of our charting challenge. That's going so well. I think it's going really well. We spent time yesterday, like in our practice session, where people were practice finding support and resistance and trends and gaps and broadening formations and looking at traits. I mean, it was all the things, just getting ourselves more sure and secure in what we're doing in our charting. We're becoming master traders. And that master trading starts with master charting. You need to be able to identify things on the chart. Okay, you got to be identify things. But the membership is open. You can come join us for all the stuff that we do, the trainings, all the things. Basically, we hang out together. We got a dedicated Telegram. It's just a great little time that we're all together. I'm not going to spend any time on the 0 DTE strategy for SPX, but it's there. Okay, I'm helping Mariah Carey defrost with delicious cookies. When do you use credit spreads versus debit spreads? You can go grab a copy of that, a quick download. When do you use credit spreads versus debit spreads? There is a time and a place for both. And, we like spreads over here, but you need to know, when do I employ which tool? Hammers don't work on everything. Screwdrivers don't work on everything, but you need to know, when do you employ which tool? All right. When do we do that? I haven't said it yet, and I should have said it long before now, but please hit the notification bell, hit the thumb up, say that you like it. We're having a good time over here. Our list is good people. Send your friends, subscribe, all the good stuff. All right. You can follow me in all the social media places. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Where else am I? I'm on Threads a little bit. I comment on Threads more stuff. I don't necessarily post a lot on Threads, but I'm there. I am there. Yeah, I'm in all the places. All right. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Y'all know I'm on YouTube because you're here with me on YouTube. All righty. Can we do the money prayer? Oh, absolutely. Let me go find it. I keep the money prayer ready. The money prayer stays ready. Yes. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically this week. Help us this week to trade wisely and strategically. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others, in Jesus' name. That money that comes through your trading has to have a purpose. You got to give your money a job. And it can't be all for you to consume, right? We can't eat up all the seed. Otherwise, we won't have anything to plant. You must go plant your seeds in other places, in other gardens, so that way you can reap a harvest, all right? So don't bring up all the seeds and then eat all the produce for yourself. You have to make sure that you're sowing seeds into those around you, all righty? Thank you, Nankali, for even asking. I appreciate that. All righty, everybody. I will see you all in the morning. Make sure that you are doing some charting tonight. If you've got some charts or some stocks you want to trade, make sure that you've revisited your trading plan so that way you're ready to see what is it we're going to do next week. Let's put our plan like you plan your trade and then you trade the plan. All righty. All right, everybody. I will talk to you in the morning. Hasta mañana. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Bye.